everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. I am excited for today's video for a number of reasons, much like my series I talked about in a previous video about doing things with people in their own homes and on camera and that kind of thing. I also had a lot of people respond saying, I'd really like to share my story, but I don't want to be on camera. So with that, I've asked those people to just email me what they want to be heard, and I would read it out for them. Of course, whatever they wanted to share, they could. If they needed to change names or they wanted to remain anonymous, it was totally up to them. And I have the first one of those today for you guys. I am so excited. This was sent to me by a woman who wanted to remain anonymous. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to call her Anne. That is not her real name, but that's what I will call her for this video. And Anne wanted to share with me her experience that she's been going through her entire life. So I've just skimmed over her story. I am really excited to read it out to you guys, and I really want to know if anybody can give any insight on what might be happening to her and what you guys all think. So she wrote it up for me. I've got it, and we're going to read it. I've always been what some call gifted. Others have called it my witchiness. I've always just thought that I had good instincts. I've always had prophetic dreams, deja vu, or a sense of what kind of person people are when I meet them. But now that I'm older and have a child with the same issues as myself, I'm now hyper aware of things I would just ignore or pretend not to notice before. So here are a few of my most memorable stories of my haunted life. When I was 17 years of age, I lived in a trailer with my mom and my boyfriend, who rented a separate bedroom because we lived close to the college that he attended. My bedroom was small, and I had one of these metal day beds that fits a single mattress. It was positioned along one wall with the head of the bed next to the bedroom door. One night, I was in my bed, sleeping with my face facing the open door to the hallway. I hear something odd, like a blanket or a pillow being dragged on the floor. Then I see a soldier pulling himself through my doorway on his elbows in a military crawl. He was in a tattered uniform, old in style, and he was decaying, flesh hanging off with parts of his skull and bone showing through it. Once he had crawled in far enough, that's when he turned his face to the right, and he and I were face to face. He looked at me expressionless. Then I gasped with fright, and suddenly I was alone. I sat up in my bed confused, if that just happened or was I dreaming. The next night, I felt uneasy as I drifted off to sleep. Then I sensed I was not alone, so I started looking around my room and noticed a dark shadow behind my reading chair. As my eyes focused in the dark, I realized it's the shape of a person standing there, staring at me. I sit straight up in my bed, and again, gone. I'm alone. I brush it off as nerves from the supposed bad dream I had had the night before. I mention this to my mom, and she just brushes it off and teases me that I'm just being crazy. The next night, here I am, laying in my bed. Middle of the night, I go to roll over, and that's when I see him, the shadow, standing at the foot of my bed, now watching me. I sit up quickly, flick the light on, and I'm alone. The next night, so this is night 4, I'm sound asleep, tired from the interrupted nights I've been having. I'm woken startled as the foot of the bed is jerked from the wall at least 3 feet with a bang. I scream and run out of my room, waking up the house. My mom said I probably kicked the wall, causing my bed to move, but if that was the case, why didn't anyone but myself hear the bang? The trailer walls aren't more than 3 or 4 inches thick, and nobody woke up until I woke them up. My boyfriend slept on the floor next to my bed for several nights after, and nothing happened. The thing is, the soldier has been following me ever since that night that he crawled into my room. I thought that if I moved, I would leave him in the house. This already is like something out of a movie, and it's really crazy. I feel so sorry for her. I have definitely seen some pretty dark and twisted things myself. And yeah. When I was 20, so this is 3 years later, I started dating a guy who was just out of the army. He and I decided to move in together. Our first week in the house, I had a dream of my boyfriend calling me from the front door saying, "Hun, someone is here to see you." I walked down the hall to the front entrance, and walking through the front door was the dead soldier from when I was a teen. I yelled at my boyfriend saying, "What are you doing? Don't let him in." But it was too late. I wake up mad at my boyfriend for what he did in my dream. My boyfriend laughed at me, saying, "It's only a dream, hun. Go back to sleep." I think to myself that he's probably right. The next night, I wake up to the dead soldier standing at the edge of my bedside, watching me. This continues for the entire 3 years that I lived in that house. Ugh. Many years have passed. Once I was 29, I was married and very pregnant with my daughter. I'm having a good night. I've gotten used to the feeling being watched at night, so much so that I hardly notice it now. My now ex-husband grabs me in the night so hard and startles me so bad that I start crying. My ex-husband jumps up, turns on the light in full panic mode. Through my tears, I ask what's happening. He looked around the room, looks under the bed and in the closet, and I ask again, "What's going on?" My ex-husband looks at me now, realizing he scared me, comes and gives me a hug. Takes a minute, but he finally tells me that he rolled over to cuddle me and thought he saw somebody standing next to the bed, watching me. He grabbed me and pulled me to him just because he thought somebody had broken into the house. When he jumped up to turn on the light and no one was there, he and I were the only people in the room. No one has ever seen the dead soldier before that night, and no one has seen him again except for myself. That night was the night that I told my now ex-husband about what happened when I was a teen, and how with every move I have made, he has followed me by getting invited by the people I'm with. It really bothers me that this being has apparently attached to her in some way, shape, or form, and that although it obviously hasn't caused her harm, there's just something about him. And I don't necessarily think that maybe it's a bad thing, but obviously every time he's been experienced, it's just not been a pleasant one. I'm now 37, a single mom, and to the most gifted kid. We moved into this big house with my mom and niece. My daughter has always talked in her sleep, but she's recently started sleepwalking. She walks from her room to my bedroom, opens the door to the bedroom, and walks in. I wake up to her opening and closing my computer desk drawer. She's just standing there, opening and closing and opening and closing. So, not wanting to startle her, I ask, "Baby girl, what are you doing?" She replies, "Mommy, your friend wants in, so I'm letting him in." I say to her, "Baby girl, we're on the second floor. There's nobody wanting in here." She responds, "Don't worry, Mommy. I let him in." After that night, the soldier has been back, haunting my dreams and the corner of my eyes. That is it for Anne's story. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I feel so sorry for her because I know exactly what it feels like to have something like that attached to you and never leave you alone, no matter how hard you try. I hope whatever it is, for her and her daughter's sake, does not have any malicious intent and that they both stay so very safe. I am still trying to rack my brain about theories of what it might be. I'm wondering if maybe it's an ancestor, or a guardian of some sorts, although it would be really awkward and really weird for it to be showing itself that way. I don't know. I would love to hear your guys' theories, and I would love for her to be able to see your theories on what she is experiencing, or if you've experienced something similar. If you have, or you have anything you would like to say, please leave a comment below. And if you haven't already, please give this video a big thumbs up. Let's show her all the support in the world. I hope that whatever this man wants, she finds out quickly and soon, so that maybe she can help put him to rest and go on with her life. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you guys in the next video.